Okay, Hayes Mega here, and I'm making a video on this Crud XL Fender right here. Okay, I apologize if the video is a little you hear a lot of wind noise. We're doing it outside, and it's a little windy today, and there's traffic passing by, but you've been warned. Anyway, so I got a new Fender for my Sur Ron Light Bee right here, and it's called the Crud XL Fender, or it's a Crud Fender. It's the extra large one. Someone commented on one of my videos about the Crud XL Fender, and so I looked it up and I thought, you know what, I might want to try it. There's not really too many good Fenders out there. The Fender, as you can see, my my Light Bee here has no front fender. So I used to have one of those mud hugger fenders that was zip tied to the little what is this thing called? Fork brace here, and I hated it. It touched the wheel all the time. It would scrape and stuff, and it was like getting eaten up by the tires and stuff. It could not handle the rigors of off-road riding, like, you know, rough riding. So that's why I took it off. So, but I still would like to have a fender. So the fenders on the Light Bee are not very good. So the front fender is non-existent. You can get a fender for the X bike that has the I forgot, it has a different fork, but mine has the RST Killa forks, and I can't use that fender because it doesn't have the bolts to bolt it on. So unfortunately, we have to go with some other kind of mountain bike solution. So enter the Crud XL Fender. There it is. So I got this bad boy for $35 on eBay. And it was $8 shipping, and I had to import it from UK. So you cannot get these in the United States. Yeah, you can't get these in the United States. You have to import them. So there it is. Let's kind of go over the packaging here. So there it is. There's a picture of the fender right there. It is designed to mount on the fork brace of like a mountain bike or something. So, but it also here it claims that it fits all front suspension forks. It's guaranteed no clogging, so that's good. One thing about fenders that are mounted pretty close to the tire, they get clogged up with mud, and they could break, or get all tangled up and stuff with mud. You don't want that. That's why you see on dirt bikes they have high fenders. They have fenders that go up to here. So this one's going to be down here though. So, but it says here, guaranteed no clogging. Guaranteed. Okay, so we'll find that out when it gets muddy, I guess. No tools needed for installation. It fits in seconds, and disc brakes only. So you cannot use this on like those little calipers that go on the fork brace here. But the Light Bee doesn't have those, but the Light Bee has disc brakes. So this is a perfect fender for it. There it is, Crud XL Fender, and that's about it. And then here they got a picture of it right here. It has a deformable nose, it says here, so I guess it kind of changes shape and stuff. It has a neoprene pad here so it doesn't scratch up your fenders, and it has attaches using O-rings, so that's how you can attach it to your fork in a few seconds, it claims. So and then there's the instructions right here. We'll go over the instructions when we install it. Okay. So yeah. And it also says it's as used by Danny Hart, 2X UCI World DH Champion. I don't know who Danny Hart is, but he must be some popular rider of some sort. So yeah. All right, let's open it up. Okay, so let's go take the Crud XL Fender out. Before that, I want to know that I have the Supermoto wheels installed, and I'm participating in a sprint enduro race next week, so I have to get the bike back. I have to turn the bike back into a dirt bike. So that's what's going to happen. But before that, I'm going to install this, and we're going to see how the Fender looks like with the Supermoto wheels, and then we'll install the dirt wheels I got back here, and then we'll see how it is with the dirt wheels. Because I'd imagine most people that have own a Sur Ron Light Bee probably still got the dirt wheels on it, the 19s. So these are the 17-inch Supermoto wheels. All right, so let's get started. I got Mr. Knifey here. Let's go unbox it. Let's see what we get. The box is open. I've had this for a couple weeks, so finally we can go install it. So this is the unit right here. It does match the bike pretty nicely. It's a kind of glossy black, but not a glossy black here. I think this is, so this little scraper, this deformable part here, it's a little scraper for the mud. It pulls the mud off, I think. And I think it goes this way. So we'll see. So that's the Fender right there. It comes in black. I don't remember if you can get more than one. I get a different color. It has a O-ring already installed on one of it. Maybe it's just to show you how it is. Also in the box, it has other O-rings. You get extra O-rings. So that's good. I'd imagine you could probably use any O-ring that's about this size. So you might want to save at least one, just in case you lose them all, so you can source the right O-rings. Yeah. All right. So there it is with the O-rings on the box. That's it. $35, $8 shipping, about $45 damage this guy did to me. But we'll see how tough it is. All right, so let's go install it. Okay, so they say they claims this takes seconds to install. Let's see about that. Anyway, so the first step is slide the brake cable through the brace guide to give clearance for mounting XL Fender. The problem is my bike doesn't have the brake cable brace. It doesn't. It never came on my bike. The previous owner took it off for some reason. There's supposed to be a little thing here, a little screw that holds this in, so it doesn't, it doesn't stick out and get caught on like bushes and stuff. But I don't have it, so we're not going to worry about that. So step number 2: slide the XL Fender under the fork brace from rear and attach O-rings through slots. No need to remove wheel. So hopefully we can figure this out. Okay. So I'm gonna go get the O-rings. So this is the installation part. I would imagine you probably need at least 2 O-rings. Definitely don't want to lose your Fender on the trail. Okay, so it's just to slide it in from the rear. So we're gonna do that right here. Okay. It says you don't have to uninstall the Fender, but I can't seem to get it in there. Just kind of having to squeeze it a whole lot to get it in there. Maybe it's the other way. Let me see. Maybe they mean this way. Okay. Yeah. So it's not very good wording. It's just to slide it in from the rear. So I'm thinking the rear of the fork, but you're actually supposed to slide it in. What they meant to say is you got to slide the rear end to the fork. I'm trying to do it the other way. I'm like, this isn't working. It says you don't have to take the wheel off. So. Okay, the sticker's already coming off. Look at that. And then I guess you kind of have to squeeze it to get it to fit in here. I don't know how this would be with the dirt wheel on there, man. Kind of harder. I already feel like it's already kind of scratching it, scratching my forks. Oop. Okay, there we go. Got it in. Might be a good idea to clean your forks before you install these. So I'm going to take that one O-ring out that was already installed because it seems to be getting in the way. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to slide this up here, I guess. And I think that's it. And then I'm just going to pull the O-ring other side. I will show you. I'll give you a close up of one. Okay, so there it is, partially installed. As you can see, it's kind of. I'm not really sure how. I'm not really sure how high to set it. Now with the Supermoto wheels, I'd imagine you could set it pretty high, pretty low. I mean, so what I'm saying is, if I undo the O-ring. Okay. So what I'm saying is, like, you can lower it. So, but I guess the lowest you can go is until it hits the disc brake, which it is right now. It's where it's down here. It's the plastic part here is hitting the disc brake there. But we're gonna install it with dirt wheels, so I think we want it as tall as possible. We want it high, because it's gonna take up more space. So I think something like maybe that, something like that looks good to me. Maybe a little lower. Okay, I feel that looks like an appropriate height for it. It looks pretty dope. It looks kind of like the fender's on reverse though. Okay, and then I'm gonna go install the O-ring, and I will show you. I'll give you a close up on how that works. All right, you know what? I don't need a tripod for this. I'm gonna try to do this without a tripod. Okay, so here, let's do this bottom one right here. So to do that, we need to feed the O-ring in this little hole here. Okay, feed it in the hole, and then latch it on top of the little peg there, and it won't move. And then just pull it. I'm gonna go rotate the fender, rotate the wheel. Pull it so it goes all the way around. It's so tight. Okay, so yeah, it is super tight, man, but that's good. You don't want it to come off. Okay, right there. See, I did it with one hand. I like them apples. Maybe what I can do is I can put the I can trap the brake line where the O-rings are, and that will be my. But it may rub on this, so maybe we don't want that. Let's not do that. Okay, so you got that. So the next one. Okay, there's two holes here. That's interesting. How does that one work? So I'll show you how to do the lower one again. So on the other side, like I said, you want to feed this through here. Apologize for the car noises behind me. Okay, and then you want to just pull that sucker so you get it to the other end. Got it? All right. I ain't going nowhere now. And then you have this one. So I guess here you can kind of choose which hole you want to put it through. So this one already came with it pre-installed on the lower hole. So I guess we'll just use that one. So we'll pull this and move it to. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, maybe you could do both. I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to install them all. Oh, you know what? Now it says slide the XL Fender under the fork brace from rear and attach the O-rings through the slots. No need to. It doesn't really say how to attach the O-rings from the slots. But it looks like what we did is okay. Okay. So we got to probably put one more. I think you may have to. I think you should cross them. Is what you should be doing. So let's cross them. There's an upper one here. Okay, so let's see, I have this one. I pulled the O-ring up to here, and it's crossed to the bottom one. So for the other one, we're gonna go from the top. So here we go. I'm gonna do the top one. We're gonna feed the O-ring through the little slot here. Okay, and then we're gonna attach it to the peg on the back. On the back of this, there's a peg. I'll show you real quick. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so there it is. It's attached to the back of that peg where the other one is. There's only one for that top one. So, and then we're gonna go run it to the bottom little grabber thing on the other side. So I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. So one thing that helps is to just pull it straight and then wrap it around. Don't try to wrap it around and pull it, because then you're not getting all the slack out of it, you know. Okay, so there it is. So that's one side completely installed right there. So we got one that goes all the way around here, and then two that go on the top. So okay, so I'm going to show it from a different angle. So I'm going to feed this on the bottom one on the front. So I'll show you what I'm doing right now. So right here, I'm going to feed this in bottom one. I don't know how they say this takes seconds. It's at least going to take a few minutes if you kind of knew what you're doing, you know. But I guess if all the O-rings are already in place, it makes it easier. Okay, so I got it on the bottom one. I'm going to move it to the top one because it looks like they're crossing it. So, okay. And I'm going to stretch it as much as I can, and then loop it all the way around. This is like it barely fits, man. Woo! Man, alright, there you go. And I'm going to take one more and feed that into the top one. Okay. And then we're gonna hook it to the bottom peg. Pull it, and then let in there. Ooh, man. Okay. I'm afraid, like, if I miss, it's just gonna snap back and slap me in the face, type of thing. Okay, so there it is, installed. How you like them apples? So there it is. So let's check it out. Let's see how the range of motion of the Fender is. This kind of low shot here. I'm just going to sit on the bike and then turn the handlebars and see what's up. Okay, so I'm just going to sit on the bike and then we'll see the kind of range of motion of the Fender. Okay, so it doesn't get in the way of anything. It does stick out quite a bit. Not gonna lie, it sticks out like a lot, you know. It doesn't interfere with anything though. We'll see when we hit them jumps though. Let's try compressing the forks. Oh yeah, it hits the controller. What the heck? What the heck, bro? Are you sure this is the right direction? It seems like it's the right direction. Yeah, so the Fender kind of kisses the controller a little bit, just a teeny tiny little bit. But that's the important part for the Fender, is you want to protect all of this here from getting too much mud on it, you know. Not really the stuff on the top, but that is how they intended you to install it. So yeah, okay. So there it is. So the final part of the instructions is to just to mount this back on, and I don't have the screw for it, so it just kind of just hangs out there. Now that's not good if you're riding around, you know, and a branch like just snags this thing. It could totally rip your brake line out, so it's not good to have that like that. So one of these days I got to get a screw and some kind of plastic like arm or something, and then attach this back to it. Anyway, so there it is. That's the Crud XL Fender. So you can see it doesn't interfere when I turn the handlebars left and right, but it does when you hit full compression. The very tip on the back, it touches like the skid plate or the bottom of the controller. So I don't think that's a big problem. I guess you could probably I could probably trim it if it becomes a problem, or if I start to see it wearing like any kind of paint off or something, it's like it's hitting it too much, I will go trim it a little bit. I will cut a little piece of it off. It doesn't mention trimming it at all, so. But okay, let's take a little closer look. So there it is, installed.
It has the 6 O-rings. You have 1 extra. I don't know what this extra one's for. I guess it's just in case you break one or lose one. There it is. The stickers aren't very nice, man. They peel off. Look at that. Maybe they want you to peel it off. I'm not sure. I don't mind having the stickers on there. It is, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little shiny, dude. It's a little shiny compared to the rest of this is the gray Light Bee. It is the same shininess as my handguards though, so that's okay. Most of the stuff is a kind of like a semi matte black or matte black on this bike, so, or gray type of thing. So it's like, it is super shiny. Even the back fender, my extended back fender that I made is not that shiny. It's like a little bit, it's like kind of a little semi matte type of thing. So it's pretty shiny. Maybe you could rough it up with some sandpaper, but it's okay. I think that's fine. It does match my handguard, so I think it's okay. I don't know what other colors there are. I'm sure they have a bunch of other colors. I just picked the black one. It is going to, it will not rub. No, it will not rub. So I think what they're saying, so this part here is a deformable nose. So when it's bonded to this, when this moves up, if you like kind of bottom it out, it's gonna hit this, but it'll kind of crumple a little bit. Same with this. If you hit something up here, I don't think you're gonna hit anything up there. My headlight's up there. I don't think it's gonna hit that though. So yeah, it is pretty cool design. Hopefully it works out. So I will be taking it. Yeah, we're gonna have a race next week, and yeah, we're gonna have a race next week, and I will get to test it out to see how it is. It's not too long too, so if you do kind of like crash into something, your fender won't hit anything. It's kind of small. The beak is small in the front. I do wish it was kind of a little bit longer. I wish it was kind of like the opposite. I wish the long part here was in the front and the short part is in the rear. But that's the way they intended you to install it, like that. I think. Yeah, see, because you can see that little tail part there. This part here. It's in the back, right there. So that's the way they intended you to install it. See, even look at the picture right there. So the shorter part in the front and the longer part in the rear. And it does kind of look funny with the Supermoto fender because the wheel is so small. Now, if you have the Supermoto wheels, you could probably lower this. Yeah, you could probably lower it more. But I'm gonna put the dirt wheels on anyway, so. But it doesn't interfere with it at all unless you fully compress the suspension. Other than that, there's no interference at all. So I'm pretty impressed with it so far. So let's see. So it has some kind of rubbery stuff here and here. So just in case it contacts anything here, it doesn't damage anything, or it doesn't damage the fender. It's soft, so it's pretty nice setup. It's like the rubber is molded together with the plastic, so, and it looks pretty tough. So we'll see. It says it's pretty strong. So it fits all front suspension forks, guaranteed no clogging. We'll find that out. No tools. We did not use any tools except for my fingers. It fits in seconds. Dude, I don't know if it I'd imagine it would take at least a minute to try to get it on, you know. And it only works with disc brakes. The lowest you can install it, you can choose the height. The lowest you can install is maybe until it starts hitting the disc brake. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to install the dirt wheel. Now I will just install the front one, and I will let you know how. I'll make an accelerated video of me installing the front wheel, and then I'll tell you how it is installing it with installing the wheel with the fender on there. All right, here's me out. Okay, Hazemig here, and there it is. Oh my boy, is that wheel freaking huge compared to the Supermoto wheels. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a minute since I've seen what the bike looks like with the dirt wheels. And you can see the gap has shortened quite a bit, but there's still a lot of space in there. You got about like a 2 fingers worth. Yeah. So I don't think, hopefully this will not contact the wheel at all, but it doesn't look like it. It looks pretty, it's pretty tough, man. And there's not, you know, hopefully I'll have to do a later after review after I've done some riding with it, and then we'll let you know how it is. So we've already kind of looked at the range of motion and stuff. It should be the same from when the other wheel on. It's just got a bigger wheel now. That's all. And the bike's gonna be like super tall now. So, but yeah, so I just kind of hurriedly put the front wheel on so you guys could see what it looks like with the Supermoto rear wheel and a dirt wheel on the front. It's kind of funky looking. But yeah, that's what it looks like with the front wheel. You've got plenty of space. Yeah, you've got plenty of space with the big dirt wheel. If you think about it, this is made for bikes with like much bigger wheels also, like 26s and 24s and stuff, so it should fit pretty good. So like I said, if we have some problems with this, yeah, you can see it's a little dirty here because it's been touching stuff. I think it hits the skid plate or the bottom of the controller. I think if that becomes a problem, if it starts scraping this stuff, or it starts, you know, it wants to break, we'll cut this a little bit. We'll cut like maybe halfway or something, like a Dremel tool or something. But yeah, so there it is. So I'm converting the bike back to a dirt bike for this race that we got going on. So after the race, I will let you know how the Fender fares. You guys will get some action footage of it in action on the big jumps and stuff. So we'll see. All right, so there it is. That's the Crud XL Fender. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. You have to import it from UK. It's made in UK. They don't sell it in the United States. At least I don't think they do. There might be someone that sells it, but this seems like the best solution for the Light Bee, and we'll find out later. There are some other ones that do attach to the front fender here. I had the Mudhugger one that was zip tied to the brace here, and oh, there's some that go also. So the next alternative is the one that goes into the your steering stem here, the steering stem post, and there's a little clamp and it expands and it goes here, and it looks more like a traditional dirt bike fender, but is what I'm gonna say. I've heard lots of things about them coming loose and falling off, or like they rotate and stuff, and there's no chance of that happening with this. That's why I went with this. I didn't want one of those high ones because of that. And the fork brace may damage it too. So this is going to move up. This is going to move with this. So there's no way this is going to touch anything. This will touch something before, you know, that happens. We could lower it a little bit too. Yeah, we could lower it a little bit. But I think that's fine. It would be nice to have a little bit of a gap on it. So see, that's what a traditional dirt bike fender looks like. It's way high up there. I can stick my whole head in the fender gap right there, man. But this is like only 2 fingers, so this should be fine though. It says that it will not pack up with mud, so we'll find that out. I'll let you guys know how that is if I ever get a chance to ride in any mud. I'll let you guys know how that fares. But I'm pretty excited. It looks good. All right, that's the Crud XL Fender installed on the on Hades Omega Sur Ron Light Bee. Hades Omega out.